Happy Saturday / Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. We had a couple of Valentines during the pre-show. One from we had a couple of Valentines during the pre-show. One from Non-Binary Vampire that says, sending love and hugs if you need them to everyone going through some ghost mail. I hope you all feel it soon. And Ampsand says, cheers, chat. A reminder to stay on top of your meds. Keep track of yourself. You might find out that your body could become allergic or root over a specific food, meds, or vitamin. If that happens, let your doctor know. TM. Ozfrog Girl says, today is ANZAC Day in Australia and New Zealand. I'd like to give a shout out to anyone who has or does serve for their country. Thanks for all you do to keep the rest of us safe. Lucinda Darkwood says, it's my birthday. Happy birthday. So I would like to give a Valentine's to everyone in this chat. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Jimmy Boy says, Aaron, you're amazing. I can't tag you because you only watch the VODs, but I love you. Oh, very cute. All these Valentinos. Adorable. Hi, guys. And Rob Poe, it is your 2 years. Happy 2 years. I got my meds yesterday, and I did shopping. Yo, what more can you ask for in this, the year 2020? Epidemic. Pff, there's your dab. Jacka. Pff, there's your dab. It's Elu. Pff, there's your dab. Trueheart. Pff, there's your dab. And Buff Burrito Babe. Pff, there's your dab. Sweet dabs. Thank you. Sinvicta, how are you? Has your British accent caught on yet? Yeah, can't you hear it? I'm super British now. Miss Berry, thank you so much for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. I hope you're having a lovely day. The suspense on the fake out dab. Everybody say hi, Sinvicta. Very, right? I know. It's wild how quick it happens. So British. Oh, Pay. Hey, beautiful. We're doing okay. I hope you're doing good. Yesterday, I did a study sesh with my friend over FaceTime. Apparently, universities in the UK still want to go ahead with goddamn exams. Then we just fucked around and looked at history memes for an hour. Yo, you can still learn something from history memes, to be fair. To be fair. I feel like you do sound ever so slightly different. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Now I'm going to overthink it and be like, what do I sound like? Who am I? Naruto. The only facts I do know about history come from memes. Sinvicta, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you. Aw. Guys, if you were gifted a sub by Sinvicta just now, be sure to say thank you. He's lovely. And he also streams. You can go check him out. Say what up. My voice got deeper? I don't know about that. It's a slippery slope and suddenly you'll sound like Tracer. Winces in the distance. I have my final nursing final in 2 weeks. It's a great time to be a nurse. We need people like you, though. So, lots of appreciation from this chat for everybody who's trying to be a nurse, trying to be a doctor, is a nurse, is a doctor. Thank you guys very much. I sound very happy today. I'm glad. I had a good morning. I had a good morning with Clark. I wanted to make some bread, and I realized my bread pan is, like, so small. I have a bread pan, but it's like this big. It's the only one that I could find at the time that I was like, I should get a bread pan. It's like this big. But in my mind, I had remembered, I have a bread pan. So I found a really good video. Oh my God, there's this guy that I started watching. John Kirkwood. If you want to watch somebody who just has the most soothing, just delightful, like, here's how to make some bread videos. Oh my gosh. He's so great. Hold on, I'll link the actual video. Oh, he's got a cheese and onion pasties video that I'm 100% going to try to make. Where is his regular... He has a video that's just plain white, like sandwich bread, which is what I wanted to learn how to make. And it was just so nice. This is his no-knead bread.
Hello, everyone. My name's John. I've been a cook for many years.
That's him.
Welcome, you
okay, not
fine,
that one.
cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Where is it? Where is it? I don't want the no-knead loaves. I want the knead loaves. Where's the knead loaf? Is this the one? I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. That's the video. And this is the cheese and onion pasty one. I gotta try this. What the fuck? Get out of here. He's great. His voice is so soothing. I wasn't even watching some of them. They were just auto playing and I was like, what a pleasant voice. Anyway, I don't remember why I started talking about that. Right? His voice is delightful. The Bob Ross of bread making. That's what some people have written in his comment section. I love it. The other thing that I did yesterday was I finally took the dive and tried to make a little baby shoe. It turned out okay. It's okay. It's a little rough. It's my first time. It's a little rough. So I would like for it to be better. I think that I might try making, because this is the 3 to 6 month one, and I wanted to try making them for Clark as well. So I might try making a Clark one, because then it's bigger and you have more room to like pin things and kind of learn where stuff goes. When they're small like that, I can't even imagine making the newborn size. When they're small like this, it's more difficult because there's less fabric to work with. So I might try making the Clark one and see if I can iron out some of the issues that I was having. But it's cute, right? This is I'm trying to make these for Ned, our little he's 2 months old now, but he's a big boy. So I was like, Molly, what size of, if I was going to try making Ned some shoes, I assume I should go bigger. She was like, yeah, definitely go 3 to 6 months. So yeah, but it's cute, right? It's cute. And I've got everything else like cut out and ready to go. And I started, here's like one of the big issues I was having. So number one is, so this is like the front of the shoe, right? It's this part. And you make little slits in the back piece that the elastic is supposed to go through. So the elastic goes through this back part and then it attaches in those slits right there, right? So the shoe is always like together and connected, but it in here is like super, I don't know, it just doesn't look nice to me. It's a perfectly fine baby booty, but I just want it to look nicer. So these slits that I made, once I sewed it, the slits go all the way up to the sew line, which is not ideal in my mind. The other thing is this whole like bottom part. I'm not good with zigzag stitches. I don't know why. This whole like bottom part on these pieces, the zigzag is just all over the fucking place. So that's the part that is along this line. So on this one, there's some places where the zigzag is just straight up just sticking out of the boot. So, you know, I'll make the other one and hope that they look better, but I don't know, depending on whether or not I can improve my technique, I might remake this one. It's still cute. I might be able to just fix it. I don't know. But yeah, okay, so yes, sorry. Off topic. We rarely have a topic on Saturday Morning DOOGER, and I'm not expecting us to like stick to it the whole time. But I've talked a little bit about this stuff before, and I had said that when Earth Week came around and Earth Day came around, that I would talk more about like the swaps that we had made in our house. Some of them are swaps where people are going to say, it's just cheaper for me to do the other option. I get that. Some of the swaps, though, are like 100%. This just also saves you money. So, but I've talked about it a few times, and people have asked for updates on how I felt about some things. And so I figured I'll try to consolidate it all into one Saturday Morning DOOGER. And it makes sense to do it during Earth Week, right? What are swaps? So, the idea is that we all live our lives in, you know, a consistent way. And sometimes when you look at the sort of things that you're using, you realize I could be doing something differently here, right? A really common example is paper towels. I have so many friends who are just like, I just use paper towels all the time. But it's like way cheaper to just start using rags. It is so much cheaper to just start using rags. We swapped to using rags, I want to say like 2 years ago, something like that. And we just don't use paper towels anymore at all. They are used for cleaning Clark's hands and face. They are used for cleaning our kitchen. We use them all over the house, right? So we've got some that are like fluffier and some that are more absorbent. They just all get shoved in the same spot. I would love to be that person has, you know, the super Instagrammable house that's like, I have a giant glass jar that all of my kitchen rags sit inside of, and it's very aesthetic. Maybe one day. Currently, there's a drawer that just has tons of rags in it. Typically we have one like kind of smaller rag like this that we'll use all day on Clark. So, every time she eats, we just like wet it down with some hot water. Or when we were in our old place, it would take forever to get hot water, and it was such a waste. You would have to like turn on the water and leave it for 1 or 2 minutes. Unnecessary. So I would literally just get it wet and then throw it in the microwave for 10 seconds. Whatever works, right? So, yeah, we'll take one of those and we'll use it on Clark all day. Hands, face, the area where she eats. And we just use it all day. And then like a normal kitchen towel, which I think a lot of people typically have in their kitchen anyway, to like wipe hands and stuff. A kitchen towel will typically leave out for 2 or 3 days. It depends. If I make something that's super oily and gross and I'm wiping up and I'm like, well, this is nasty now, I just throw it in. This is going to work its way into talking about cloth diapers because they all go in the same wash load, right? So, yeah, bacon. Exactly. If you wind up making something like bacon, and your just keep in mind again, right? Like some of you are saying, man, I leave my towel out forever before I wash it, but you're also using these in place of paper towels. So we're not using paper towels, right? Like our kitchen towels are doing double duty for everything. I don't like typical tea towels. I don't think that they're very absorbent, so I don't use tea towels really. I try to get things that are not too fluffy because then they just feel weird. It's a texture thing for me and it just feels weird. But at least a little bit more absorbent than a tea towel. I don't use tea towels in our house. So yeah, basically we have the smaller ones for Clark that we use all day and then we throw into the diaper load. And then the big ones that we use for a couple days, 3 days, depending on what's been going on in the kitchen, right? Some people are going to say you should just splurge on some nice linen towels. Nice linen rags to have around your house. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's such a waste. Again, they're not super absorbent, right? It's just a waste. Here, if you want to do the super cheap and easy thing, go to a hardware store and find there are bags of rag material. It's literally just a huge piece of cotton. And it's like, just cut it to whatever size you want. That's the super cheap, easy way to do it. Or you can get just the pre-cut, like garage rags, right? That my dad would always have. He would use them to death. They are super absorbent. They're pretty cheap because you get like 20 or 30 of them in a bag. That's like the most bang for your buck is shop rags. For us, when we moved, because we were moving without anything and I wanted to make sure that we had something in the kitchen, I just bought a set of cheap washcloths, which are the ones that we use on her face, and then kind of cheap, like, just general kitchen rags. And that's what we're still using. At first, I really hated the washcloths, actually. They left, like, fibers on everything, but after they were washed a couple of times, it was fine. Yeah, I would say that that's like the most, a lot of people just really love the really, nice, like expensive linen stuff. And I'm not, my apron is linen and I like it. Nothing else is linen in our house. So yeah. That's what I would say is going to be the easiest way to just start swapping over, is just get some shop rags and try to normalize having them around the kitchen, have them in a drawer or something. And before you go to grab a paper towel, think to yourself, well, I could wipe this down with one of these rags and then throw them in the wash and wash them with everything else that's going to get washed, So because the reason I was saying this is going to transition smoothly into cloth diaper stuff is cloth diapers were one of our problem areas for a really long time. When we first were going to have Clark, I was like, I'd like to do cloth diapers. I think they're probably more comfortable for her. We won't have to constantly buy diapers all the time, right? It would probably be nice if we could do cloth diapers. Everybody in my life that I know who did cloth diapers was like, don't do it. They were like, don't do it. Because it is a pain in the butt to some extent. Anytime they poop, it's a pain in the butt. And when it's a newborn, they're pooping all the time, right? So we decided, okay, we don't know what it's going to be like to have the kid yet. So instead of just adding to the like potential mental load of having a newborn, we'll just do normal diapers. We stuck with normal diapers until COVID. We just kept buying diapers. The problem with diapers is that they don't break down. People go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Like, think of how many diapers you've used on your kid, right? It's insane. And they just go to landfill. They're just these, like, literally shitty little balls of whatever that just sit in the landfill. So, when I had even just a little bit of a push to be like, you should try out cloth diapers, I decided to do it. Because we had gone to the grocery store and we could not find our size of diaper. And we were like, well, we could order them. Or I could just order cloth diapers because we don't know how often this is going to be happening, right? Went online, couldn't find our size of diaper online either. So I was like, great. Great. Excellent. I'm just going to get cloth diapers then. And we'll just see how it goes. And they've been fine. They've honestly been fine. I wish I had brought one up. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wish that I had brought one up. But basically, the diapers and the rags and our bathroom towels all go into the same load. So any of that stuff where I'm like, okay, the diapers go into the highest heat load. Normally we wash and dry everything on the lowest temperature. But for diapers, do high heat loads. So the rags go in there in the high heat loads, and so do our bath towels. They all just go in there together. We normally wind up doing one every day or 2 days. It depends. You don't want a poopy diaper sitting around for very long. So, yeah. But she goes through a decent number of them in a day. So it doesn't take that long to have that load ready to go, you know? We wash diapers more often than we wash anything else. So on that, like, in terms of workload, cloth diapers are way more work. You're having to wash the poop down the toilet somehow. Like, whatever's going to be doable in your house, right? You have to wash the poop down the toilet and then take the, like, wet diaper to wherever it's going to be washed and hopefully just throw it directly to the washing machine, right? If you don't use a washing machine, power to you. I don't know how you get through it. But, like, those moments are not that bad in the grand scheme of things. We haven't had to stress out about getting diapers. We haven't had to stress out much about, like, a lot of the cloth diapers are not one size fits all, but they have, like, adjustments to allow you to use them throughout the life of the child. So we haven't had to worry about that really, which has been nice. And obviously once all of this is, like, done, all of this pandemic stuff, there are lots of services that will do it for you as well. If you're just like, I don't want to deal with this, right? There are services that are literal, like, cloth diaper services where they provide everything for you, and once a week they come and pick up your diapers and they give you new fresh ones. So when society ends, maybe the cloth diaper people will, like, get back in business. Who knows? Do you think the extra loads are having an impact on your electricity bill? Maybe. But we're also, yeah, I mean, probably. Having to do, like, one high heat load is probably affecting us a bit. Yeah. Are we really talking about diapers and poop again? We are, because it's a swap that we've made that is more earth conscious overall. We're saving a ton on diapers. I think overall, probably, with the like, mental impact of I'm not throwing a bunch of diapers in landfill, and also I'm not having to buy diapers all the time. Those two things together are kind of worth it to me. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Yeah, so that's easy swap is paper towels. Get rid of the paper towels. You don't need them. It's gonna save you money. Cloth diapers will definitely save you money. Adds a lot of work, right? The paper towel thing doesn't really add that much work. You just throw the rag in with the rest of your clothes. Diapers, they add, like, 2 other things to your day. So I get it if you're like, no. But yeah, we just wash all of it together. So that helps. Some of the bathroom stuff that I've talked about, we've been slowly swapping our, like, any soaps that we use. One of the things that a lot of people are talking about is be aware of the things that you buy, and the second you buy it, you basically throw part of it away. Right? So any vegetables that you buy that are in plastic when it's not really necessary, Any soaps and things that you buy, and the second the soap is gone, you throw away the container. Those are the sorts of things that a lot of people are trying to avoid now because it just doesn't make any sense. In the reduce, reuse, recycle scheme, I've always been told to go in order, right? Try to reduce the amount that you're throwing away, reduce the amount that you're buying and the amount that you're throwing away. Reuse things if you can. So say that you're buying, like jugs of milk all the time. Is there something you can do with that jug when you're done? I don't know. It depends on you, like what's going on in your house. But like maybe it's worth thinking about, right? And then if you needed to get it and you couldn't reuse it, try and make sure that whatever you bought is recyclable, because there's a lot of misconception about. I think a lot of people, if they buy plastic, they think it's fine because I can recycle it. There are a lot of plastics that are not recyclable, though. The labels here are pretty clear about it, which is nice. If you look at a label on something, it'll say if it's recyclable or not. For the most part, it depends on where you live, I'm sure. But all plastic is not recyclable. And even if you recycle something, there is a high chance it won't actually be recycled because it costs a lot of money to recycle things. And unfortunately, all these billionaires who are just like sitting around like, what am I going to do with all my money? They don't think to themselves, well, I could help recycle shit more. That would probably be cool. So we have a problem now where nobody's really paying for things to get recycled properly. Or if things are, it's only part of it that's getting recycled, right? And the rest is still going to landfill. So eliminating or trying to just avoid getting a thing that you're going to throw out altogether is the best option. Yeah, oh my God. The glass jars that you get like pasta sauce and stuff in, we use those. We use all of those. I keep all of them. If you can get things in glass, generally, a glass jar is a glass jar, right? It's hardy. You can do stuff with that. You can throw things in it for your pantry. You can use it as a glass to drink water out of, like whatever, right? Add some whimsy to your house, man. A lot of people have asked if we've tried beeswax wraps. We don't generally use plastic wrap anyway, so I haven't bothered. We have like glass, like containers. I know I said I was going to talk about bathroom stuff. Fuck it. It's a Saturday morning DOOGER at the end of the day, even if I'm like, there's a theme. Just go wherever we want. So I have like glass containers that we put leftovers and stuff in. But that's also like, I don't generally give a shit if, say I eat half a cucumber, right? I'm not going to say to myself, what can I put this cucumber in until I'll eat it again? Because I know that I'm a cucumber fiend and I'll probably eat it tomorrow. So I just put the cucumber back in the fridge. I don't put it in anything, right? Like, what's the point? I don't think that, I don't know. Somebody out there might be like a science boy who's like, but I just don't see the point if you're going to eat something pretty soon after. I don't see the point in stressing over, I have nothing to put it in, right? Oh no. If it's a tomato, sure, everything's going to get all juicy and tomatoey in there if you just throw a half-chopped tomato back in the fridge. I get that. But I think that there are a lot of fruits and vegetables and things where we stress out about what to do with them to put them back in the fridge. But you don't really, I don't think. Nothing bad gets on it? Like what? It's already in your fridge. Put the cucumber in a glass jar. But I'll just eat it. Like, I'm not going to bother putting broccoli in anything. not going to bother putting, okay, something like an onion. I know the outside, like if I chop an onion in half, the outside part of the onion is probably going to look a little suspicious if I just throw it in the fridge, right? But the second you take off that, like, it's fine. I don't know. I don't really care. Because as long as I'm just eating it fast enough, I don't really give a shit. So, look, a lot of people swear by beeswax stuff. Beeswax wraps to do leftovers and to put around vegetables and stuff when you got whatever. I don't bother. I'm not saying that you shouldn't bother either. I'm just saying I don't get the point. So I'm trying to eat stuff as fast as I can anyway. Yes. To that note, if you're going to the grocery store and like typically when you buy your produce, you're putting everything into individual little plastic bags. There are a lot, like tons of places on Amazon, if you want to use Amazon, Etsy. There are lots of people just like making them at home, but there are lots of options to buy reusable produce bags. You just have to remember to take them to the store, the same as your grocery bags anyway. If you're living somewhere that requires grocery bags, you should just use reusable grocery bags anyway, guys. But if you're already taking reusable grocery bags to the grocery store, just also have produce bags in there. It's easy peasy. It just all goes together. They let the produce breathe a bit better, right? Stuff decomposes faster in the plastic if you're just leaving it in the plastic in the fridge anyway. So if you want it to be in a thing, the produce bags allow breathability. There are also, like, hold on. You can find things like what I found, which is it in here? Yeah. So this is a pattern to make a produce bag and to make a grocery bag. If you want to make your own, if you're like, but the grocery bags are all ugly. I don't care what your priorities are. It's fine. But if you want to try making your own grocery bag, like, that's an option. I want to learn how to sew so bad. Do you have the things around to try and sew a thing? You could try to sew something really simple. It doesn't have to be. I feel like here's one of the things that social media is fucked up for all of us. Okay? This is off topic a little bit. Everybody's constantly sharing the positives of their lives, right? And we always talk about like, oh, nobody has, a normal idea of what everyday makeup looks like. Nobody is normalizing that, right? But I think also that applies to projects. There's this feeling with cooking and with DIY of I need to make sure that this is good the first time. Right? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be awesome. The first thing that you cook doesn't have to be like Instagram worthy, right? It's not. If you're trying to learn how to sew something or you're trying to learn how to cook something, it is okay to start super small. Because in the end, is this thing that you're learning how to do to impress a person while they're scrolling through for a split second and then they move on and forget you even did it? Or is it for you? Is it so that you are honing a skill and learning something new? It should be about you, for sure. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yes, I support you. Try sewing something small. There are that's another thing Etsy's great for. I'm gonna say, if there are things that you need right now, obviously so many creatives and small businesses currently are struggling. If you can get something on Etsy, go for it. So many people make patterns on Etsy. It's wild. You can get patterns for just about anything. It's great. Is Etsy trustworthy? Oh my God. I buy so many things on Etsy. But it's hard because some things are going to be more expensive on Etsy than they would be on Amazon. That's just how it is, unfortunately. So if you're in a position where you're like, I really would like to have this thing, but the homemade version on Etsy is wildly more expensive, then there's that. Yeah. Guys, just make your own grocery bags or get some grocery bags. Get some produce bags. You know, it's all good. Etsy's shady with how it treats its sellers, but I mean, I'm not about to be like, who cares? A lot of people don't really use another platform to sell their things. So it's either like support them and Etsy takes a cut, or don't support them at all, which sucks. That shouldn't be the option, right? But yeah. And also a lot of grocery stores will sell their own grocery bags and sell their own produce bags. So just like keep an eye out and look for that sort of stuff. Bathroom things. That was me twirling my eyebrows. There we go. Soap is one of those things where you buy it in the plastic container, and when the soap's gone, you just throw the container away and you get another container of soap. People don't use bars of soap anymore. Weird. And so there's been a surgence now of, well, wait, a lot of things that we use from containers can just be bars. Right? So, we're swapping over to bar soap. We use bar shampoo now, bar conditioner. Our dish soap, like the soap that's at our sink, is bar dish soap. These things are available. They're options. You don't have to be getting like the super intense dish soap, right? So yeah, I've always been a fan of bar soap for showers. I've never really liked gel soap very much anyway. But it didn't occur to me until the last couple of years that shampoo bars existed, that any of that sort of stuff was around, and I didn't try them until recently. So we've really liked our shampoo bar. It's a Lush shampoo bar, the one that we're using. But both Sam and I use it. We both like it. It's easy to use. It foams up, which a lot of people will be like, it shouldn't need to foam up. Your hair is getting clean without the foam. I get that, but we're all in this mental place where like, we need foam. Otherwise, is it even working? So look, it's just, we've been conditioned, right? So, the other option is if you're using things like soap and shampoo and like washing detergent, right, from jugs, see if there's a zero waste store near you. See if there's a refill station, a refillable store. There are places that are popping up all over the place that are basically like, hey, we have bulk everything. And if you need more, you can just bring the container you bought it in and fill it up. Which is super, super cool. So, yeah, say that you're using washing detergent and you run out, you got this big old thing. There are stores that you can go to that just have giant things of it. You just fill it up, right? That sort of concept is really nice, and I like that it's catching on. A pasta refill station. Stares at camera. Yeah? Hell yes. Just in like bulk, right? The same as like bulk beans and things, I assume. Buying bulk is also, if we want to talk about food stuff, buying bulk is, but buying bulk is like, there's two sides of buying bulk, right? So there's, I'm just going to get a huge thing of this, right? I'm going to get a bag, me, by accident, I'm going to get a bag this big of flour. Again, it was an accident, but I'm going to get a bag this big of flour, right? I'm going to get this thing in bulk, and then it's just one container, and I just refill whatever I typically keep flour in. That's hard, because maybe you don't live in a place where you have somewhere that you can just, like, store a thing this big of flour. And also, it's more expensive that way. It is more expensive to just say, I'm going to buy a shit ton of this one thing and then just, it'll last me forever. It is cheaper in the long run, but not everybody's going to be in the position to say, I'm going to spend however much money on a ton of this thing I use all the time. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's just not an option, really. So it's nice that a lot of grocery stores and supermarkets have started having like bulk areas. And those are basically, if you've ever been to the supermarket and you've seen like, there's like containers with spouts, that have, in America, here's what it is, right? In America, it's, granola mix, granola mix, maybe like lentils, like just a lot of stuff that, you know, some people are going to be interested in. But there's rarely, you know, pasta or, like, often used beans or oats or things like that. Like, the sort of stuff that I would 100% go there and be like, yeah, I want more of this. So that's, like, an easier option. The other, like, downside / problem with that is that a lot of supermarkets, because they have stricter, you know, like, what am I trying to think of? What am I trying to say? A lot of places won't let you bring your own container. So if I'm going to a supermarket and I want some oats, say, they're still going to make you use their bag to put the oats in. You can't bring your own bag or bring your own jar. They're not going to have a weigh station to be able to say, like, okay, my thing weighs this much, so add the oats, blah, blah, blah.
Coffee drinking.
Some places are starting to offer that, but a lot of the big places are like, for health reasons, for like health and safety reasons, we won't let you do this, which sucks. Sounds like a candy store. Exactly. It's the idea of a candy store. It's pick and mix, kind of, but like with other normal things that people use all the time, right? So yeah, bulk food options are good options if you're trying to use less packaging, for sure. But not every place is going to let you use your own bag. And if you want to get a huge amount of something, it might be outside of your means cost-wise. So it just depends on what's available to you. Adult pick and mix. Exactly. I daydream about getting a bag like this of rice. Just the same as the flour bag, but just rice. I had to, for the first time, oh my gosh. So when I got all of this flour, I immediately went to my family and was like, if anyone needs flour, I'm the guy, apparently. And my sister-in-law came by to grab our birthday card for my other sister-in-law. And she was like, hey, could I get some of that flour? And I was like, it's happening. I'm finally useful to this family. Finally. That's what I use for my rice. Dude, I need to do that. Our garage still just has a bunch of shit in it. I think I was telling you guys before. Before we moved, we told everybody in the family, because everybody else in the family was moving and swapping houses and stuff and getting rid of things. And we were like, if there's anything you need to store, we're not living in the house yet. So just like throw whatever in our garage. We're not using it. Who gives a shit? So our garage still to this day has a bunch of chairs that are not ours. A dresser that is not ours. A ping pong table that is not ours. It's just like a bunch of random shit in there. I bought like metal shelving to put in there for kind of like a out of the way storage pantry-ish thing, right? If for things like the rest of our flour and anything else that we're just buying a lot of at one time, we can just put it in there. I'm also eventually going to need a place to put my tools because I just keep getting more and more tools. So, what are you going to do? Yeah. If you're planning to purchase products on Amazon, if it isn't immediately needed, try to hold off and plan an order. Choose a Prime Day delivery. Giving Amazon time to plan logistics allows them to focus more on cutting emissions by making their shipping more efficient. I have noticed that they also, I don't know how long they've been doing this, but they also now have an option that's like, I'm okay with getting this later if it comes in less packages. So like put as many things together in one box as possible. So you're not getting like the huge box with one tiny thing in it and that sort of bullshit. Yes. I'm definitely the fix-it in our house. Really? I don't ever notice it. Every time I pick the less packages option, it isn't done. What? That's so dumb. Somebody was saying that Amazon does have options for you to, well, if you're buying from a private seller, you can always contact them and say like, hey, will you ship this in as like small packaging as possible or reuse packaging? Like, I don't care. I don't need it to look pretty. Right. I know some people do that. Just so that stuff is getting reused. So the one that we still have not tackled, because at this point now I'm like, well, she's like around the corner from potential potty training, is baby wipes. We only use baby wipes for potty stuff because, again, we have the rags around, right, for faces and hands and anything else that's like in the house. But I only buy, there are biodegradable baby wipes that you can buy, so I do buy those. Biodegradable and how long? Who knows? Who knows? I do my best. So we try to be like smart with how we use them. I have looked before at people who make their own and again just throw them in the same wash as like all of the diapers and things, but I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We don't throw them in the toilet. We don't throw them in the toilet. No, we never throw wipes in the toilet. Wipes don't, like, normal baby wipes should not be flushed ever. Side note, for anybody who doesn't know this, for some reason this is like a thing that a lot of people don't know. You're not supposed to flush them. They like really fuck up the sewage system. There's a Adam ruins everything where they talk about it a lot. It's, yeah, even if they say flushable, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Shouldn't be flushing anything but toilet paper. So yeah, for us, if we're wiping her up and then we have the cloth diapers, right? Then it is messy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not as clean and easy as it was to just like have the diaper, roll everything up in the diaper, and then chuck it in the trash. It's not that easy anymore. It just isn't. But it's not bad enough that I care that much. So, there's a big movement right now of just never using toilet paper, which is very interesting. Just like using bidets and then having like cloth wipes off to the side to just kind of like, and then throwing that in the wash. I hate bidets. I really hate them. I really hate them. I don't know why they weird me out so bad. I hate them. But part of me is like, well, we would definitely use way less toilet paper if we had bidets. But I don't like them, and I don't know why. A lot of places, they're just normal. Like, they just have bidets all over the place. America doesn't use them. Like, ever. It's really weird to find a toilet with a bidet. So maybe that's why. I just never had them. So they weird me out. I don't know. Yeah, Decepticon, that's what we were saying. Like anything other than toilet paper shouldn't be flushed. In my hotel, I used it to clean my shoes. Yeah. Oh, when we were in, was it Portugal? I can't remember. When I was like 19 was the first time I ever even saw one, and it was separate. So there was the toilet and then there was the bidet like off to the side. And we sat there for I don't know how long being like, what is this for? Like, what is this for? I don't understand what this is. So confused. It took a while for, I think it was my brother, to be like, oh, I think that's for your butt. I think you're supposed to like clean your butt with that. I was like, what? So I guess you like do your thing and then you like shimmy, you like shimmy over to the separate bidet. It's so weird. So weird to me. Cries an American. What is this? So, yeah. I'd say like baby wipes are a thing where we're going. We haven't really like even attempted to think about swapping to homemade wipes. But we use way less of them. We don't really use them super often, and we try to get the biodegradable ones. The problem with like biodegradable stuff, right? It's better than the not biodegradable stuff. But if it's still going to landfill, things that need to biodegrade, they can't do it properly or as fast when they're just piled up underneath a bunch of stuff, right? That's why if you have like food waste, it should go into compost because you can say to yourself, well, it's just food, it'll break down, but it's getting trapped with a bunch of other stuff, right? So it's not breaking down properly because it's just sitting trapped with like plastic and things. So if you have it's a green bin here, it was a green bin in America as well. If you have a compost bin that gets picked up by your city or whatever, try to start using it more. Try to just like put food stuff in there. If you've got a garden, try to start doing your own composting. We've got our own composting going here. Clark thinks it's hilarious. I'm doing it. I repurposed a old trash can to be like our compost bin. And so I open up the flap to let it like breathe a little bit. And then I'll close it and like shake it really hard. And she thinks it's really funny. I mean, meat will break down. It just also gets gross. In our, when I was in Oregon, it's Oregon though, but when I was in Oregon, we had, a recycling center that you could go to. So if like, it's worth looking, right? If you're like, definitely don't have people picking up different, oh my God, wait, side note. I know I talked about this already, not today, but a different stream this week. I saw a video of how recycling works in Japan and it blew my mind. You have to separate all of your recyclables. Every single day is a different type of recycling to take out. Nobody has their own bins. You take them to like a separate like community spot for where you live. And your bag has your name on it so that if you did it improperly, they can give it back to you and make you do it again. I was like, holy shit. That's the way it should be. Like, countries that are producing so much waste that it's like destroying other countries, they should do that to us. Right? Like, God, they should do that to us. Fuck. I cannot. That's incredible to me. Because there are absolutely countries that are dealing with their trash way better. Way better. And it's making a huge difference. Did they send you a report card in the mail? I don't know, but that seems like it would be wasteful, which goes against the entire idea. Yes, so what I was gonna say is that a lot of places have recycling centers. So if you want to split up your recycling by like, oh, this is, amber glass versus green glass versus whatever, and a lot of them will take compost, or you can contact gardens. A lot of like nurseries and gardens have their own composting system and will take your compost. If you want to like really go for it and you don't have the option at your own house. At my parents' house in Poland, there are stickers with the number for the household. If you do it wrong, you get fined. Damn. His attempt to recycle a video game. Interesting. Yo, they have... Okay, we talk again. This is another thing that came up recently on stream. But I did not realize that there are still milkmen in England. Wild. all of them are completely overloaded right now because the second that you couldn't find milk at the grocery store, everybody was like, the milkman! I need to sign up with the milkman! So you can't sign up with one currently, unfortunately. But I was like, holy shit. There's still milkmen here. They bring you the glass bottles, and you put the glass bottles outside, and they grab them again. Fuck. It's incredible. What's the egg situation? We're able to find eggs at ours, but... So we had been talking about getting chickens. We'd been talking about getting chickens before all of this happened. We were like, oh my god, that would be so fun. Clarky would be able to, like, help with the chickens and stuff. She would love it. It would be a blast, right? I had chickens growing up, etc. So, you can't find fox-proof coops right now because everybody was like, you can't get eggs. You can't get eggs. I have to buy chickens. I have to buy chickens and make my own eggs. So you can't get fox-proof coops currently. Like the good ones are sold out until like months from now. Just insane. Everybody's panic buying chickens. Can you imagine? I hope they all have a good life. On the plus side, speaking of composting, chickens will eat a lot of things. A lot of food waste they will eat. So there's that. Buy it from them later at a cheaper price. Yeah. Let's just keep an eye on eBay. Eventually people will be like, I bought this thing and I never bought the chickens. Never been used. $5. And I'll go, sick. I know, that's why I was like, I hope that the chickens have a good life. Like, I hope that a lot of these people who are panic buying chickens are like, you know what? Chickens are actually dope as fuck. Because it'll be really sad if it's a situation where a lot of people suddenly go, wow, chickens are a lot of work and I can get eggs easily and I don't want these anymore. But I guess that's what people like me are for, right? To be like, okay, who's getting rid of their panic chickens? I'll take them. Chickens smell really bad. They're fine. They're fine. People say that about rats too. Rats don't smell that bad. It's fine. Well, I think the positive thing is somebody said, oh, people are also doing that with dogs and cats. A lot of cities have run out of animals to foster, which is awesome. So if you're like, oh man, I'm home all the time, I should get a dog. See if there's a dog you can foster. Then you're like helping out a shelter. You can get an idea of whether or not, you know, you actually want to have a dog in the house. It's a good option. A lot of people are fostering instead, which is great. All animals smell, even us. It's true. Dab. One of my cats is an adopted cat from a shelter. One of my cats was found in the bushes. I have 2 rescue cats. They're fantastic. Rescue animals get a bad rap sometimes. People are like, but what if they're traumatized from shit and it's gonna be more work than I expected? I think you're gonna be okay, bud. Try fostering. Try fostering. If you really want an animal, you gotta put in some work, man. My cat ate an entire bag of almonds because she had weird food issues from being out on the street by herself for who knows how long. You know, like there's gonna be stuff that you're gonna have to work through with your animal if you want an animal. Oh my god, Bunny is so cute. Yes. Someone's talking about Jenna Marbles. Jenna Marbles' dogs are so neurotic. I love it. And Bunny, if you watch Jenna like consistently, their rescue dog Bunny has gone from being so scared to being just like so loving and sweet. It's very cute. I love it. We've got 0 streams without an eyebrow mention. I didn't even see it. I didn't see the eyebrow mention. Son of a bitch.
Welcome.
Here's the thing also.
Coffee,
Here is also the thing as well. Is guys, animals from breeders are like potentially also going to have issues. My dog Penny that we got from a breeder when I was a kid, so many problems. That dog had so many issues. Animals have personalities. They all have experiences, and just because they came from a breeder doesn't mean that they aren't going to have things that they need to work through with you, right? So why not just like help out an animal that's stuck at a shelter? Right? Night Pistol, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Katogangu. My rescue cat is called Bunny. So many animals that aren't bunnies being called Bunny. I love it. Yo, Snowfall and Crow redeemed a cheers and we didn't do it. It was pretty messed up. But I'm out of coffee. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get more coffee. All y'all stretch. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay? We'll come back. We'll chitty chat some more. Maybe do a puzzle. I don't know. We'll sort it out. Enjoy the jams. Hello. I am back. Speaking of cats, Sherlock was outside. I had gone out to water the plants, and Sherlock went outside and then refused to come in. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Again, our fence is so high, and he's a fat cat. He's not leaving. Like, that's fine. If you want to sit out in the sun for a while, that's chill. So I came downstairs, and I was making the coffee, and I was like, oh, right. I should see if Sherlock wants to come in. I opened the door, called for him. Nothing. I was going, oh, my God. Please don't tell me this fat cat somehow got over a house-sized fence. That doesn't... It's unreal. I went around the corner, and he came bolting over like, Mom? Mother? Mother, hello? Oh my God. It's cold. I didn't heat it up. I just poured it in and then went, oh yeah, my cat, and then came upstairs. Whatever. Snowfall and Crow, thank you very much for redeeming the cheers today. Guys, if you've got a Beverly, whether it's lukewarm or not, feel free to grab it. If you would not like to use a Beverly, that is also super chill. Thanks for talking about Earth Day stuff with me. I know that we go on tangents. That's just kind of our vibe. But, yeah. If any of you guys heard some stuff that made you go, yeah, maybe I will make that swap. Or, if you learned something from somebody else in chat, if you got into some good discussions, then that's all great. That's all gravy. We're not all trying to be perfect, but all of us trying to make an effort in some way is amazing. So don't try to be perfect. Try to do right imperfectly. Right? 3, 2, 1, cheers. Boop. Okay. We have a couple of Valentines. Oh my goodness. Joss. Valentines for the Earth. Specifically promoting reducing meat eating reduction. Going completely meat-free isn't always financially or nutritionally feasible, but eating more plant-based in general helps immensely. Cows and pigs specifically produce a lot of methane toots that contribute to greenhouse gases. Yes, that is another thing. Sam and I are eating way less meat. Way less meat now. Some silent irony says, hey everyone, a little PSA. Try your best to get more environmentally friendly packaging-free products where possible. If, like me, I have an allergy to fragrance, you can't use those products without creating injury to yourself. Don't beat yourself up about it. Try your best. You're not a bad person for not being able to do everything. Love you all and have a great day. PG Wipeout says, my 4-year-old got the idea of using cookie cutters as molds for pancakes, and now she and I make pancakes together every morning. That's very cute. That's so cute. Okala says, check out the Eco Egg. I've been using it for about a year, and it's Brill. The Eco Egg, huh? Eco Egg. What are you? Oh, it's a laundry egg. Eco Egg. Interesting. You know what I looked at before as well? Those like detergent seed things. There's like it's so weird. And I was desperately trying to like do research to figure out if it actually works. And I can't tell. Laundry nuts. Yes, that's what they are. So they're nuts that create like a natural detergent. And I was like, these can't be real. But I think they are. It's so weird. It's so weird. Look up detergent nuts or laundry nuts. It's so weird. Soap nuts? Yes, soap nuts is the also what they're called. It's really weird. Literally the only thing that I could find was people saying, "Oh, well, if you typically wash in cold water, they don't work. Like they have to be like swirling around in hot water." It's wild. It's wild. I'm trying to check out everything that I can, and every now and then I stumble on something like that where I'm like, this is 100% a scam, right? Hanging up my laundry that was washed with soap nuts right now. We use essential oils with them to give them a scent, but they always seem clean to me. Yes, I also use wool balls. Yes, if you use dryer sheets a lot, dryer sheets, number one, a lot of times have a lot of chemicals in them. So if you're trying to avoid chemicals anyway, you can get these wool balls. Clark loves them. She she kicks them all over the house. She loves them. But they're wool balls that help everything toss around a bit easier, and yeah, they're great. I've never understood the point of dryer sheets to start with. It's to add smell. More than anything, I think it's to add smell. But the benefit from what I can tell of using the big like wool balls is they toss the laundry around a bit better, right? So if there are things, if everything is while the dryer is going, if everything's kind of in a clump, it doesn't dry as well. But if you have these like big heavy things in there that are sort of like bouncing around, they move things to like help them dry out better. Yes, I also agree with that. Changing one thing at a time is always the best way to go. Don't try to change everything overnight. Again, like our first thing that we changed was paper towels. And it was a while before we started making other changes. But even just like reading a bunch, learning as much as you can. Look up some zero waste YouTubers. They always have like all kinds of crazy shit that they're doing. We are not zero wasters, but we are trying to reduce. Yeah. There's a lot of knowledge out there. Just make sure that you're always double checking things. Things like makeup. People will recommend alternates for makeup all the time, and then someone will be like, wait, don't do that. It's actually really bad for your eyes. Like, just make sure that you're doing lots of research. King's Warrior says, I want to make an impassioned plea to everyone in chat. Please don't use up the post show and cheers at the beginning of the stream. Some of us aren't able to be here within the first hour. Dodger made the perks for all of us to enjoy, so give those who are later in the stream the opportunity to use the perks. Pretty please, using my super sad pleading face. I've thought before about making it so that they aren't redeemable until later. Like, post-show isn't redeemable until we're, like, closer to the end and stuff like that. I've thought about doing that. McDuffel says, love you back, Tubblewub. Aw, Tubblewub says, love you. A story in 2 acts. There isn't a cooldown option. I've looked. I can't put a cooldown on things. Hi, Sir Kibble. How are you? Are you watching Tower of God yet? I've only watched the first episode. I really liked it, though. I should watch more. I don't know why I only watched 1 episode. Because I love the manhwa. Maybe do that with the dabs as well. That's impossible. Unless I have 5 separate do-a-dabs. And I, like, make one available. It's the dabs are so hard. People just want the dabs immediately. Just up the price. I could do that. I could make them more expensive. Dabs are good. There are no cooldowns. There are no cooldowns. I wish. There are no cooldowns, though. It's not that we want them immediately. It's that that's the only way to be able to redeem it. God. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've also thought that, Nebula. If we had more options, if there were more things to spend points on, people wouldn't be like, all I want is a dab. Ban yourself isn't really in line with our mood here, I don't think. Passive Aggressive Kisses says, enjoy your Saturday, everyone. Let's stay safe whether you're staying home or going out. Shout out to my cat Rigel, who just locked me out on a balcony. I still love you, you adorable asshole. Magical Perurin, are you going to be able to get inside? I refuse to have a point option that either doesn't do anything or does something negative. 3,000 points to kill the merchant. But what does that do? Like, I needed to do something. Even just something silly. I needed to do something. Thank God my husband is home. He let me in. $10K for a push-up. Yo, I did these push-ups today. On my knees, I can do 15 of these. And off of my knees, I can do like 16 of these. So it's going all right. I'm alternating. Or on the days where I'm feeling like, I should probably take a break, I just do one. No way I'm not. I'm still doing them every day. But I'll just do one. I think what I need to do is figure out how to make the requests pop up on stream with a sound. Because currently, like, I would love for the Valentines to, like, actually pop up. You know, with, like, maybe a little speech bubble or something with hearts on it. I think that would be super cute. Do things like that. Because currently, there's no audio thing that happens with these requests, so I don't notice them happening. Have you tried diamond push-ups? Is that where you do this? That's all I can imagine. DJ Wheat has an extension for it. I'll look. Is it that? Is it this? Yes? Hold on. Probably not. What brand of shampoo do you use? I use the Lush shampoo bar. Scenic. Seanik. Okay, it's like this. There's no way. No way in hell. I can barely go down. Ugh, Jesus. I can't really go down very far. They're hard. I can't go down super far. I am a short person. That is true. I'm 5 foot. Yeah, we really like the shampoo bars. Sam at first was like, what is this? But Sam just uses whatever I buy. Another big one that is a difficult swap in our house, which is so silly, is water bottles. I'll drink water out of anything. I'll drink tap water. I don't give a shit. Sam also doesn't care what the water tastes like, but he loves water bottles. So he just refills water bottles, but it's not ideal. He doesn't like normal, like, reusable water bottles. He likes plastic water bottles. I don't get it. So yeah, so we just keep refilling the water bottles that he bought. But it's just funny to me. I don't give a shit what kind of water I drink or like what I'm drinking it out of. It's water, right? But why is it bad to reuse a plastic water bottle? There's something about like the plastic, something about the plastic, like over time leaches into the water or something. I don't know how true that is. I haven't looked into it.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Oh my God, yeah. The farm that I grew up on, the water is very mineral tasting. So I think my like gauge of what water tastes like is all over the place. I don't give a shit what's in the water. I'll drink any water and it doesn't matter. Sam also, he's not super picky. He just likes the bottle. I don't know. I have a metal reusable water bottle. It keeps the water sort of cold. I gotta figure out how to wash it. Yeah, I saw. For people that use straws a lot, right? A lot of people are starting to get metal straws. There's a straw that I saw. Because I look at this sort of stuff all the time, places like Instagram will be like, have you seen this new eco thing? So one of them was a straw that comes in 2 parts and it like slips apart so that you can clean the straw and then slip it back together. And all I could think was, that doesn't look like it would be nice to drink out of. Metal straws already aren't nice to drink out of. Can you imagine a metal straw with like a big like dip in it where the 2 pieces latch together? I love metal straws. Yo, power to you. I really hate them. I don't hate them. Hate is such a strong word. I get so extreme sometimes. I love that when I'm just like kind of into it, or I hate that when it's just like a minor inconvenience. This is why I was filling out a thing, one of those like Instagram things. It was a Sex and the City one because I've never really watched Sex and the City, but it was like, which one of the Sex and the City ladies are you? And it like the options were like sarcastic, dramatic, and 2 other things. And I was like, if I'm honest, I can be dramatic. If I'm honest, sometimes I'm a little dramatic, but I don't think I'm emotionally dramatic. I just, when I'm talking about things, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like I just get really excitable. I don't use straws. I should specify. I don't use straws for anything. When I'm at like a restaurant and they offer a straw, I don't take it because I don't see the point. I don't like using them. The only time that I've been really grateful has been when I've had a full face of like dark makeup on and been like, oh, thank God there's a straw here, because otherwise your lipstick just gets on everything. But I don't use straws. So it's not, again, minor. This is why when I'm like, I hate metal straws. Ugh, they are a blight on my life. How many times have I used a metal straw? Maybe twice. A lot of like zero wasters. I don't know why I was putting quotation marks around it. A lot of zero wasters will also, if they plan on eating out, they have like a rolled up thing in their purse or in their bag that is like utensils and a napkin and a straw and things like that, so that they're not having to use like a paper napkin and a plastic straw and all of these things. Or if they're at like a fast food place that would offer plastic cutlery, they can just use their cutlery. The thing that I keep thinking about doing, which since we've moved hasn't really been an issue because I don't consistently go get coffee anymore, is that is reusable coffee cups. Hold on, let me find a video. There's a James Hoffman video where he compares the like to-go reusable cups. Yes, the best reusable coffee cups 2019 edition. So I watched this because this is good. It's good because one of the things he grades them on is, do they spill in your bag? It's like, if there's some coffee left over in the bag or like in the cup, is it going to get all over my bag? Which is like a concern, right? If I'm carrying a reusable cup around in my purse, I don't really use a purse very often either. Look, but whatever I'm carrying shit around in, right? If I drink all of the coffee and then I chuck it in my bag, is the like refuse coffee, are the driblets gonna get on anything? So he like, yeah, he compares a bunch of them, which is cool. James Hoffman is also a lovely YouTuber, does entirely coffee videos. I love him. What bag do you have? What bag do I have? I don't have a purse anymore. I have a wallet that fits in my pocket, but that doesn't work for me anymore. I tried doing that life, right? So I have a wallet that fits in my pocket, and then my phone fits in my pocket, right? So typically when I leave, it's wallet, phone. But then it turned into, wait, where do I put my keys? So wallet, phone, keys. Keep in mind, pockets on a lot of like, our pants just don't hold a lot. So then it turned into, well, I could start walking around with a backpack. So I started using, like, when we would walk around with Clark, which was most of the time. If I'm walking around with the stroller, it's easy. I just chuck everything in the stroller, right? If I'm driving somewhere with Clark, I put it all in the diaper bag. But as I've explained recently, we don't use the diaper bag anymore. She has her own like little backpack for when she's going somewhere, and otherwise use it really anymore. So so I'm trying to figure out what makes the most sense for me, because I don't typically, I went through a stage when I was like 18 where I loved purses. I loved them. I had so many. I loved them. And they weren't like purses, but I just loved bags and purses. And then I got to a point where I hated purses and would just have one and would use it to death. But even then, I've never felt like walking around with a purse has always felt incorrect to me. And then recently, I've had a couple of friends go to Japan and come back with the like fanny packs, basically, that like go across your chest. And that feels right mentally for me. I don't know where to get those, but I want one. I want one. I don't like, purses are places for receipts to die. That's all they are for me. They're places for receipts and coins and bullshit to die. And I don't want to have them anymore. I don't like them. So I want one of these. One of these just like little packs that I can put keys, wallet, phone, and go about my day. And let's be honest, eventually there will be a couple of dead receipts in there and I'll have to, but like if it's just small, it'll hold what I want it to hold and not anything else. I think everybody has moments like that, right? There are things that everybody else tends to do, or like someone of your gender tends to do. Maybe if we're talking about purses specifically, right? I just don't like myself with purses. They don't feel right. They feel incorrect. It doesn't feel like it makes any sense for me. And it took a while for me to be like, maybe I just shouldn't use a purse. Maybe I hate purses. Maybe that's just me, and that's fine, and I'm chill with that. But I need another option, right? Because I've tried I'm just going to throw them all in my pockets thing, and it doesn't work. So what's the next step? A fanny pack that goes across my chest. Perfect. Try that next. I don't want a backpack. That's where more than receipts are going to go to die. I'm going to find a bra in there someday. All kinds of shit. Somebody's going to hand me an important paper. I'm going to fold it in half and throw it in there and find it a year later and be like, oh, Jesus, this is where the birth certificate was. No, I'm not a backpack. Too big. Fanny pack. That's my next step. Do the anime thing where the lady keeps everything in her chest. Look, not to get TOS-y or lewd here. Does it look like I could hide anything? Does it look like there's space to put shit in here? That ain't me. That's not me. Power to, I've had friends who have been able to do that. It's not me. I accidentally got shipped 100 fanny packs. Alex. Psst. Alex. Oh my God. You're right. I'll just get a bra that's way too big. And then put like some foam in there. So there's like cushioning on either side. And then just stack a bunch of shit in there. You have to put the foam in because otherwise the boob shapes are going to be a little weird. But like if you have foam in there to like hold a shape and then phone wallet keys. Yeah, this could work. We could do this. All right, we'll offer them with and without foam. And we'll have to have a thing in there that says like, please don't steal stuff with these. If you get caught stealing things, we are not liable. These are not intended for stealing stuff. That's what partners are for. I try to make it a really rare thing to be like, Sam, can you hold this for me? But goddamn, his pockets are so much bigger than mine. It's like, it's so unfair. Ah, yeah. I used to, when I would go to concerts, I would put everything in my boot. Because my boots, like, came up to, like, here. So I would just shove, like, phone, wallet, shove everything in my boot. It is not comfortable to walk around in. If you're going on an excursion, right? If you're walking around a grocery store, it's not comfortable. It doesn't make any sense to do that. But oh, I used to buy men's pants. They do not work for me. I have too much here for men's pants. I bought chinos. I can't even fit a phone in the pocket. Oh my god, that's so true. Sam has a pair of chinos and the pockets are laughable. How do you even find men's pants for a 5-foot frame? You buy boys' pants. Which I did for a while. And then I got hips. And then it just wasn't. My hips just slowly did this. And I'm good with it now. I hated it at the time. But they started to do this and I was like, oof, this doesn't work anymore. It's like my shoulders. When you hit 30, you broadened in the shoulders. That's actually awesome. How tall is Sam? He is 6'4", we think. We haven't measured him. But I'm 5 foot. Yeah, he's a tall boy. Not the tallest, but he's a tall boy. His whole family, they're all just tall, beautiful people. We think no one knows, no one has been brave enough to go up there. No, the thorns are not all models, but they're all beautiful. They're all tall, lovely people. And Clark will probably be average height. If, you know, so far she's small for her size. Yeah, Gmart is also tall. Gmart also a tall boy. And Benji. Benji's a tall boy. Small for her age. Sorry. What inspired the name for your daughter? We were watching a show called The 100, and the main girl was named Clark. And we were like, oh, that's a cool name for a girl. And then when we got pregnant, it went on the list. And it was the one that Sam liked the most, and it was the one I liked the most. And then we went with it. Sam gets very defensive, though, because when I tell that story, people are like, oh, so she's named after the girl from The 100. And he's like, no, we got the idea for the name from The 100. She's not named after the girl from The 100. So, yeah. There is a huge difference, I think. To say they're named after a person is to say, we liked this person so much, we hope that the inspiration of that person's existence is embodied through our child. Right? Like, this person is important enough that we want them permanently associated with our kid. Whereas this situation is like, we heard a name and said, wow, that's a cool name. And that was it. We also both just like really androgynous names. So a lot of the name options were pretty androgynous. Octo, welcome to Earth Week. I named you after the bravest man I knew, Sephiroth. Oh, Miori! First SMD in a while I've caught from the beginning. It's the best cozy stream in the world. Oh, thank you, Miori. I hope you're doing good. I haven't been to Saturday morning DOOGER because of school and stuff. I hope you're doing good. Hope school's going all right. Everyone's here. I know. Look at all these beautiful people. Arnar's back from the sea. Miori's here. Octo's here. Sinvicto is here at the beginning. Wild. How are your cats doing? They're great. They're great. Watson's been very snuggy lately. Apparently Clark grabbed Sherlock's tail for the first time yesterday. And Sam was like, no. Gentle, Clark, gentle with Sherlock. Fortunately, out of the two cats, Sherlock is the most forgiving. So it didn't take long for him to be like, all right. No, he was fine. He just ran away for a while. If you missed Jesse and Cry and I did a puzzle together on stream. I think that VOD should still be up in the Twitch archives, or it'll be on the YouTube. So that was recent. And Jesse and I were both on JP's post-show. So you can see that on JP's YouTube. And they were both good goofs. Yeah, the pre-show show. Did I say pro-show? The post-show pre-show. Do you think you can squeeze out FF7R before tomorrow? I hope so. I'm not going to stress about it too much, but hopefully. We're going to do a Final Fantasy 7R stream tonight. I'm going to try to start like right when Clark goes to bed. And finish the game. So we'll see if you want to watch that. I was going to stream some yesterday so that it would be shorter streams yesterday and today. But even yesterday's stream, I don't know who all was watching yesterday's stream, but even during yesterday's stream, I was in a weird headspace, kind of. Not like a bad mood, but just like I just felt weird. And last night I like was trying to make dinner and it wasn't working. And I finally was like, fuck it. We have some pasta sauce. I'll just make pasta. And came up and sat down and was like, I really don't want to stream. I don't feel like I'm in the right headspace to stream at all right now. So I'm just not going to. So that's what happened yesterday. There isn't like I just had so many real life things to take care of. No, I was making baby booties, right? Like it wasn't I was watching Voyager and making baby booties. That's what I did yesterday. But as some of you have said, I'm in a very good mood today. So I think it was a good call. And I'll be excited to try and just bang out the game tonight. I didn't hate the game. It just wasn't for me. Any XCOM style game is not going to be for me. So, what can you do? It's just not my genre, exactly. And then Sam last night was playing the actual new XCOM game. And people kept coming in and being like, copying Dodger, I see, which made me laugh, so. No, it's fine, Avi. But yeah, I didn't hate it. It just wasn't for me. There is a new XCOM. Chimera Squad, I think is what it's called. But yeah, I figure like if I'm adding night streams pretty consistently, which is fun. I like it. I think it's good for me to be able to have them be extra streams, even if they're consistent, to not have them be guaranteed ever. Because sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen during the day. And sometimes it gets to be evening and I'm wiped. I'm just wiped from spending a bunch of time with Clark and like, you know, probably making dinner and stuff. So, I like doing the afternoon streams and the evening streams, but I think if it was guaranteed that I was always doing evening streams, I think that it would be a little stressful. So. But yeah, if any of you, we are in chapter 16, I think, of Final Fantasy VII-R. 16 out of 18. So it's just the end, which means, full disclosure, the rest of the game will probably be in sub only or just like really, really strict, because everyone that we've talked to, me and my mods, everyone that we've talked to has been like, the end of the game is a nightmare. Like Twitch chat is just, it's really difficult to keep a handle on. So we're going to try to be like really careful, with chat at the end of the game. So I don't want to ban everyone. We don't want to ban everyone. JP stopped looking at chat, strip and put it in emote only. That's wild. That's so crazy. I can't imagine putting chat in emote only for like 2 hours. It's fun, is it? Yeah, Tatsuros, we've had a lot of people on Twitch have been having problems with their VODs. One of our VODs last week, we turned into a highlight and deleted the VOD just because my kid walked in shirtless, like literally in just a diaper, and was in here for a few minutes. And I was talking with my mods and they were like, technically by TOS, we should probably get rid of that, which I was totally fine with. So... yeah, so if you were looking for a stream a couple of days ago and were like, weird, it's not here, it's a highlight instead of a VOD. I'm going to make you those goofs we talked about. I need an editing project. Oh my gosh, Octo, would you? That would be amazing. Octo goofs are the best goofs. Octo and I had a little sesh where he and I talked about like some fun little goofs that we could add to my stream that would still be on brand. And he's just a brilliant goof master and came up with a bunch. So he is well known as a goof master. A blessing and a curse. A goof savant. I love it. Redeem 100k points to watch a music video on repeat for 12 plus hours. Does that sound like my stream or Octo's stream? If you want the sort of goofs that will overwhelm you. Octo does some wild stuff on his stream. If you guys haven't watched Octo before, you have to. Dodger goofs are a gentle pat on the back. My goofs are like getting hit over the head with a barrel, killing you instantly.
Welcome, you.
Exactly. Smurf Sand, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you, thank you. Oh, did I tell you? Wait, I did. Because we came up with it together. There's a picture of Clark, and Sam was like, you should turn this into an emote. And then I was talking to my chat, and I was like, wait, I think, but it should be a specific wait, hold on. Let me just find the picture. It'll make this a lot easier. It's in WhatsApp, I think. Because Sam took the picture. Where is it? No. Oh, WhatsApp video. No, here we go. Oh my god. It's like, there are so many pictures missing from here. Hold on. This. Okay. Look at this fucking face. So, Sam was like, you should turn this into an emote. And then I was, because it's just such a, like, 1,000-yard stare picture. And then, I was talking with chat and I was like, holy shit, because Mummy My Numbers has become such a thing. We were playing that Picross game, Murder by Numbers, and she came in and was like playing it, and then when she needed to leave, she started crying and going, but Mummy My Numbers, Mummy My Numbers. So I was saying we should take this picture and put the math meme stuff over her face and make it an emote. So, that's something I want to do. Southern Vices, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I'm sorry I missed that while I was explaining a goof. I hope you're having a lovely day. I appreciate the support. If you were gifted a sub by Southern Vices, be sure to take a second and say thank you. It's very generous. A good GIF emote? Oh. Oh my god. The face and then the mouth moves. Oh, fuck. I don't know how to make those. Octo, do you know how to make those? Do you know how to make emote GIFs? Oh my god. You can't just upload those as emotes though, right? They have to be Bttv emotes. Yeah. Bttv emotes take forever to get approved though. It won't be instant, it'll be days. The one Bttv emote we have took over a week. There it is. Look at that. Look at that good boy. I know. Sam really takes advantage of the Bttv emotes. We should too. We should too. Like, have a lot of fun stuff that people can use whether they're subbed or not. It would be good. It's an add-on called Bttv, and it makes it so that everybody can use other emotes. You can, like, I could upload a bunch of emotes and you wouldn't have to subscribe to use them. Barry was making Bttv emotes and they were approved immediately. I see how it is. I see how it is. They just hate me. It's fine. What's the Doog Bttv emote? It's Doog Woo, if you can see that in chat, Octo. It's Doog Yay. So any subs if you want to throw Doog Yay in chat. It's me redrawing Doog Yay. So it's like the shitty version of Doog Yay is the idea. It's cute though. Thank you. I was wondering why it was black and white. Yeah. It was just, I just redrew it. There are millions of life-saving settings on Bttv for frequent Twitch users. I don't honestly know like most of the things that Bttv offers. So if y'all want to pitch it to people, feel free. Because all I can say is, it gives you some emo. If you see people putting the same word in chat a lot, it might be a Bttv emote. Dark theme, but Twitch already had dark theme. FFC is better. FFC has an audio compressor. What? Interesting. Interesting. An audio compressor. Man, I hope you, Minnie, you, and Sam are well. We're doing great. Yeah, we're very happy. Doing good. FFC lets you change your font, hide hype stuff, highlight mentions with colors, use emotes, and add Bttv emotes. So you can use them in conjunction. I use FFZ audio compressor on your streams. Otherwise, it's too low for me no matter how high I put my sound. People always tell me that my streams are really quiet. Even though when I talk... Remember how I was saying yesterday that, like, on OBS, it shows, like, green and then yellow and then red? And red is, like, you're peaking, basically. I'm always dipping into the red. And people are always like, you're so much quieter than other streams. And I don't understand why. Recently, they've had more normal audio. Oh, really? Really? Excellent. Midwinter Lily says, everyone says they're sad about old emotes going away. I'm excited for the new ones. Sending a Valentine to the artist. Oh, Oreo Zima, you got a Valentine from Midwinter Lily. Difficult Deb says, I finally was able to get my dream car after 8 years of driving my high school car that can't go on the freeway. Oh, congrats. Please never get rid of Duke Trash. It's my most used emote. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's safe. Duke Trash is safe. Can you imagine if Twitch let us have GIF emotes? Just one? Just one. Octa, what would you use it on? Don't get rid of the B. It's the emote I never use. It would break my heart.
Fine, cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Fresh Blurred. Who is it? Pompous Python. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. The paw is my favorite. I specifically love now that you can adjust. So you can like take the paw and then use channel points to adjust the emote to flip it so that you have paws going like this. I love that. Because for a while there I was like, should we have a paw going both ways? Not necessary anymore. Love it. I wish you could get a modified emote permanently. That would be nice. How long does it last for? "24 hours. Oh, only a day. I've never noticed that. It's pretty cheap though, isn't it? Doesn't cost much. Oh no! My wedding ring. It's cheap but annoying to redo it. Yeah, it would be nice if you could like do a week or whatever. Like a discount. Yeah, exactly. If you unlock it for longer, it would be cheaper if you just used more points, that kind of a thing. Buy it in bulk. Exactly. Coming back around. Just buy it in bulk. Someone's talking outside. Who are you? There isn't a street out there. Maybe it was a TV. That's very weird. On the roof? Oh my god. It's a bird on the roof. That could be. When are you going to let us see Fraggle Rock in the closet behind you? And here, I can show you what's in the closet, guys. It's not exciting, but I can show you. Ready? Oh, you can't see. Can you see that? It's blankets. Hey, there's a mirror in there. There's also a dead guy, but like I figured he didn't want to see that. But like on that side is just blankets. Blankets. They're the moving blankets, because we were like, oh man, maybe we could hang them up somehow to like help with sound. I don't think sound is a huge issue for me, but it is a big issue for Sam. Jesus Christ, that boy screams. He screams when he streams. And of course he's like, I'm also going to be the one who streams in the middle of the night. It's because we poke him so much and he gets angry. So you're the problem? At least you acknowledge it. I'm aware that I'm also loud. I'm saying, number one, I stream during the day, so we have yet to have our neighbor be like, can you tell your wife to shut up? And number two, I don't believe that I'm loud enough that I like wake Sam up from our bedroom. The opposite is not true. Sam wakes me up consistently streaming in his office when I'm downstairs in the bedroom. Why am I staying in the UK? My husband is English and we wanted to be near his family. Switch offices? They're the same room. They're Jack and Jill rooms. So it's mirrored rooms. They're identical. And we're right next to each other. So it's not like moving to the other office isn't going to do anything. The problem is the floor. So we have soundproofing. The floor is the issue, though. Sound just goes directly through it. So, like, when I'm in this office and Sam's in his office, right? He can be screaming and shouting up a storm. I will hear him, but it's not like, Jesus Christ, he's loud, right? This way, it's fine through the walls. This way, if I'm downstairs, if I'm in Clark's room, say, and she's, like, dead asleep, you can hear Sam screaming like he's right outside the door. And that's a this way issue, right? It's not a this way issue. So we don't own this house. We can't like rip up the floors and over insulate them or anything. But if we did buy this house, that's exactly what we would do. Well, keep in mind, Clark has been sleeping through Sam screaming since she was born. So, like, it wasn't too long after Clark was born that Sam started working from home. Well, I'm trying to think. How old was Clark when Sam moved home permanently? I can't remember, but a lot of her sleeping life, she's been able to hear Sam in her room. Can you ask the landlord for permission? Sure, we could, but do we want to sink a bunch of money into soundproofing these rooms when we don't own the property? Probably not. Yeah, it's her calming noises. So cute. Build him a soundproof shed in the garden. Oh my god. If we built a shed in the garden, that I wouldn't leave. That would be my hut. Yeah, if we bought the house, this stuff would get ripped up the next day. We would do it immediately. Yeah, we really like the house. So we'll have to see what the market is like in a few months. We're leased here for another, I want to say 5 months, something like that. And we know the owner really, really wants to sell the house. So we'll probably have a conversation with him when our lease is coming up. Benji would have legal rights to move in if you built a shed. I do love that boy. He's great. Yeah, it's very quiet here. Our neighbors are not like right on top of us. There's like a decent amount of distance between us and the next people. We're not in a town. We're like outside of a village. So it's good location, you know. We're pretty close to Sam's family. It's good. It's a good place, and it has enough space for us to work and live. So are there sheep? We can walk to where there are sheep. There aren't sheep directly next to us. I know, we don't use that term in America, do we? Village. There are no villages in America. It's like a town or a city. Have you been outside this week? It's stunning where I am. It's been very warm here. No, we haven't been out since we went grocery shopping, which was a few days ago. But we've been out like in the backyard. Yeah. Clark helped me plant a bunch of stuff, and she ripped one of the tomato plants up, so I don't have a whole lot of hope. For that one tomato plant, I think it's just gonna die. But the other one is still strong, so... When people can travel again, would it be possible to get a coffee time with Benji? If Benji would want to do a coffee time with me. My garden has never looked better. Yeah, I've had a lot of time to, you know, try and do stuff. I was talking with my in-laws, like, about where I can buy plant pots currently, like what's still open. So yeah, I just miss the food, really. I miss the food in America, which is a minor thing. I can learn to make food that reminds me of the food I miss, and that's good enough for me. That's fine. I got mine off Amazon. I have a really bad track record with buying things on Amazon, and then they show up and they are laughably small or way too fucking big. So I said I would really like to just go somewhere and be able to tell how big these pots are that I'm buying. Yeah, for example, when we first moved, I ordered trash cans. They were like this big when they showed up, and I was like, what the fuck? And then when COVID happened, I bought flour. Thought they were going to be this big. They were this big. So I have 2 huge bags of flour, and I look like a horrible flour hoarder. I didn't mean to be. It's just how it wound up. I bought a silicone mold to try and like make some things in. I used to have a bunch of different shaped ones for soaps and things, but I gave them to people when we moved, and I was like, oh, there's some birthdays coming up. It would be nice to be able to just like make something homemade and give it to them right now. That would be fun. And I've never tried to make shower steamers before, so I thought, oh, that would be a fun thing to try and make and see how it goes. So I got a mold of little hearts. Do you want to guess how big these hearts are? I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have these molds to try and make them. No. The hearts are this big. The opposite of what you're thinking. They're like this big, just itty bitty. If anybody's used a shower steamer before, the idea of it is like a lot of people use them like aromatherapy kind of thing. So they're little things that activate in the shower. And they're like citric acid and baking soda and then a scent. You can put like menthol crystals and things in them to help with like breathing and whatever. But you basically just put them in the corner of your shower, and then as water splashes on them, they release a smell. They're like a little bath bomb, but for a shower. So if they're this big, they're gonna vanish the second the shower starts. So, yeah, I'll find another use for those. Well, they're one-time use anyway. But normal ones are like maybe this big. So, it's a little tiny. They'll be good for trials. I need trial sizes. Can make little candies, exactly. That's the thing about silicone molds, is you can use them for so many things. It's fine. Yeah, some people will put them in a little bag and hang them up in the shower. So they don't sit on the ground. They like hang up, and then the smell is really strong. And the water splashing on them is kind of inconsistent, so they don't vanish immediately. So maybe, here we go, big brain. Maybe we have a little bag, right? A little mesh bag, and you put like 4 of them in there. And then you hang it, and I can be like, yeah, I made them small on purpose, because if you want the small to be not as strong, you just put 1 in there. And if you want it to be way stronger, you put like 6 in there, right? It's so that you can customize your shower experience. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Yep, this is the plan. Right? It could work. I'm testing it on myself first. So, like, really, it's kind of like the shoe. You know, imperfect, but still workable. It's a shoe, right? It's still cute. I still made it with my own hands. I'm going to make some little shower bombs, and they'll be imperfect, but I will have made them, and maybe they'll still be fine. Oh my god, mix and match scents. Holy shit.
Welcome.
Some of them are eucalyptus. Some of them are something else. Some of them are something
Burrito
else. Lavender. Fuck it. What smells do you want together? Mix and match. It's a deconstructed shower bomb. You know? Yeah. I like this. We're spinning this all kind of good ways. Oh my god. So yeah, if I was smart, I would just I would translate the dimensions that are on these websites into something that I understand. But just generally, I try to find a picture of them next to something and then be like, right, that looks about the right size. Sometimes it's just not. Sometimes it's just not. And other times you think, yeah, that should be big enough, and then they show up and they're not. That was the case with the silicone mold. I was looking at them and I thought to myself, yeah, that should be big enough. That's about that, right? Not quite. Not quite. The more I look at this shoe, the more I like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. It's growing on me. It's a cute little shoe. I opted against the I think that it would look honestly like cleaner if the inside fabric was the fluffy stuff. But it's not winter right now. It doesn't make sense to make a shoe with a fluffy bottom when it's hot, right? So I decided not to, but I think that probably would have given me a bit more like wiggle room in terms of how clean it looks. But it's cute. It's a cute little shoe. I'm going to make a Clarky one. I'm going to make a bigger one. We'll see how it goes. The only problem, well, there are a lot of problems. One of the problems with the fake leather, it's so that they don't slip, right? A 3 to 6 month old doesn't necessarily need that because they're not standing yet. But when you pin them, the like pinholes, you can kind of see, like right there, where you pinned it, it's there forever. It's not like the other fabric where you can't tell where it was pinned. So I need to be a bit more careful about that as well. Well, I'm learning. I'm making new things, right? That's what quarantine's all about. Learning to make bread and sew shit. She has tiny ass feet. Those are for a 2-month-old. Making hot sauce? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Do it. Gunning Splat, thank you very much for gifting a sub and for the 31 months. I hope you're having a great day. My mom still has a pair from when I was a baby, and anytime I try to be an adult, she pulls it out and tells me, this is how big you were when I was cleaning your poop. You don't clean my poop anymore, Mom. Stop living in the past. This is no. This is a 3 to 6 month old shoe. Hold on, let me grab the pattern. I'll show you the difference. Right. So that's the like foot bottom, including seam allowance, right? So that's the foot bottom for 3 to 6 months. This is the foot bottom for 18 months to 2 years. It's a difference. It's a pretty big difference. So this shoe will probably be slightly too big for Clark, which is perfect for kids. You want everything to be slightly too big, to be honest. Because then you're like, yes, this'll get a lot of distance. I'll get to use this for a long time. All my patterns are just scattered on my desk. Yeah, I like having them in a thing. When they're like for the same project, I like to keep all of the same projects together. Or like everything that is the same sort of idea. A long time, for example, 3 months. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She's small. She's small for her age. Yes. Not too small, but she is small. Rhapsody BD, thank you very much for continuing your gifted sub. I appreciate it. I hope that means you're having a good time with us. Small like her mom, handsome like her dad. Exactly. Pengzor says, chat, you're beautiful today. Thank you, Pengzor. When's that thorn growth spurt gonna hit? Well, if she's anything like me, she'll keep growing into her 20s. So she'll be small her whole life, but keep being a different size of small. Or she might continue growing into her 20s and always be tall and just be like, when will this stop? Who knows? Was Sam small for his size? No, Sam was always tall, but he was extremely thin. Which is funny. My mom and my brother were the same as this. My mom would like desperately try to put on weight, and so would my brother. They were always like underweight no matter what they did. Sam, there are some pictures that you can see or like find of Sam where his arms are just like little noodle arms. So he basically like when he got real swole, he like broke his metabolism to do that. But growing up, yeah, he was extremely thin. Weight gain is actually quite hard. Yeah, absolutely. My mom wasn't able to like put on enough weight to feel more comfortable until she got pregnant. Getting pregnant is what like helped her actually keep weight on. It's wild. Bodies are wild, man. Is that the solution? Get pregnant? Alex, I've got this all figured out for you. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's struggling with something, you know? What time is it? Oh my gosh. 3:50. It's about time to start wrapping up, guys. We are going to do a super long Final Fantasy VII stream tonight. If you've been watching the Final Fantasy VII stuff, or if you would just like to tune in, we're going to be trying to finish up the end of the game. We're trying to finish the game tonight. So people were saying it might take like 6 or 7 hours. So it might be a late one for old Doogs. But we're going to do our best. And if at some point I'm like, I'm just so tired, then we'll give up on it and play more tomorrow or something. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we can finish it tonight. Yeah, I hope that the convo helped. If any of you guys have been interested in like some easy swaps, swaps that'll save you money, etc., or or if the conversation was just interesting to you and you plan on doing some of your own research, then all of that's good, right? I love when I stumble onto something and it plants a seed in my brain to start researching stuff and thinking about things a bit differently. It is a nice feeling if you're open to it. So yeah, any of you who are gonna walk away from this being like, it would be pretty easy to do that. Remember, again, it's not about us doing everything perfectly. It's about us trying to change even one or two things to a better option. All of that helps, right? You don't have to figure out everything right now. And that also applies, again, to teaching yourself how to do new things. To if you're cooking for yourself for the first time right now, if some of your friends are learning how to embroider, Holly Conrad, if some of your friends are learning how to embroider and you're like, maybe I should learn how to embroider, it's not going to be perfect right off the bat. It's just not. And it's not about what other people are going to think when they see it. It's about you honing a new skill. So, yeah. I hope you're all doing well. Snowfall and Crow says, this was super nice. Thanks everyone for the Saturday afternoon company and lots of hugs. Thank you, Snowfall and Crow. Okay. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Sinvicta, thank you again for the gifted subs. Master Snorlax, thank you for the 35. Avi gifted a sub to Sinvicta. Thank you, Avi. Tomothy, thank you for the 47. Arnar, thank you for gifting a sub to What Up Hack. Plus 60, thank you for the 11 months. Joss for the 5 months. Forica for the 4. Joss for the 5 again? How weird. Sergeant Dick Payne, one of my favorite names. Thank you so much for the 5. Avi, thank you for gifting a sub to Stachy. Concuss Boy, thank you very much for subscribing. Shadow of the Potato for the 4. Anonymous Gifter, thank you for gifting a sub. Ramses, thank you so much for the 4. Pixel Lady for the 41. Loey for the 30. Penguin in Space, thank you so much for the biddies. Sam Skunkworks for the 18. KMAF, thank you for the 18 as well. Lestus for the 25. Scarecrow for the 59. Gerintium for the 30. Random Lights for the 51. Belak for the 32. PZN for the 39. Kiosti for the 5. Michael for the 65. Dave Tamage, thank you very much for the raid earlier. Eric the 7th, thank you for the 28. Crazy Mur for the 34. Random Rocker for the 56. Dusty Scabbard for the 18. Night Pistol, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Chris Asta, thank you for the 20. Melonberry for the 4. Cryptid Kelp for the 10. Enko for the 26. Endwell for the 4. Jobs for the 3. Rick H for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Senjak for the 1 year. Happy anniversary, both of you. I hope you're having a great day. Warner, thank you for the 6. Amici for the 14. Slime for the 40. Tarek for the 13. DeMarlo for the biddy. Cycle Wolf Girl for the 45. Smarf Sand, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Southern Vices, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Again, I appreciate it. Greaser, thank you for the 2. Pompous Python for subscribing. Colini, thank you for the 2. Squints for the 21. Conical Coffee for the 2. Hero 82 for the 61. Zico for the 53. Gooding Splat for the 31. And also for gifting a sub. Mile Neage, thank you for the 2. And GK Gamer Fan for the 32. Thank you all very much. Again, if you were gifted a sub, take the time to say thanks. You will find it up here, I guess. There's a bell symbol. It'll tell you everything that's happened having to do with your account. So there's that. I'll see you guys tonight if you're around. Darth Rosenberg has asked me to do an Oliver Twist song that I can't remember. So we're going to do another one of those. We're going to find it on YouTube and play it, and I'm going to give your points back. Amarian says, I haven't been feeling great today, but the stream really helped. Thank everyone and Dodger. You're all lovely company. Thank you, Amarian. Thank you so much to our lovely mods for tuning in and helping out. Who's streaming? Who should we raid? Bop, 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 bop. Bop, bop. I remember that one. Can I do that song? Consider yourself part of the furniture. I don't know all of it. I'll just repeat the same lines over and over again. How does that sound? Let's go say hi to Carson. It's a different part of the song.
Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family.
My brother and I used to do that all the time. That's the only reason I remember this song.
I've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba, ba-ba-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. There's a part of the song where he goes, consider yourself, and then Oliver goes,
Part of the family. Consider yourself part of the furniture.
I'm giving your points back.
Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. I've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along.
I'm so sorry to all of my English viewers and mods. Please erase this from your memories. Thank you.